Hello, Monkeyians! Today we are going over the accessories for the Harley Quinn Suicide Squad. This is a little bit longer than a normal tutorial simply because she has a lot of accessories. I'm going to be breaking down each individual piece, and then I also have an on-screen in-depth more for you on a couple of pieces because I didn't get to record them on my camera. But this is very simple. It is not that hard. Yes, it's a lot of accessories, but not too bad. So please enjoy this tutorial, and I will be talking to you soon. First off, go ahead and tape off the studs off of your belt if you have a studded belt. If not, then I'm going to show you how to stud a belt, but if you do, go ahead and tape off these because you're going to have to paint the belt buckle black and everything else black. And then now you're going to learn how I studded them. What it is, I got these studs from Hobby Lobby, and they were a little difficult to find, but if you ask somebody, they might know where it's at, they might not, but I got it for $4, and this pack was just enough for me. I had to get two. And what I did is that I set the stud where I wanted it to be, and I used the GO2 glue. It's the best glue you're ever going to find. Trust me, it's perfect for this. You just need to put pressure down for at least 30 minutes to an hour, so I have a pair of pliers sitting on top of it. That way it sets it, and it takes about 24 hours for everything to cure, so I waited a day after I studded the entire belt, but it's really simple, not too hard. And then I went over it with gold on the studs. I did end up changing my mind later, and I did everywhere that had studs, I turned it gold instead.
Her build. This is Instamorph. All you do, I'll put a link in the description of where you can buy it, where it's decently cheap considering you get a crap ton of it, and I mean a whole crap ton of it, and you just follow the instructions on it. All you do is you stand over a stove, you get it to close to boiling water, but not exactly, to where it's hot and has the little bubbles, and then you turn it down to a simmer, and then you throw the pieces in there and let it turn clear. You'll see what I'm talking about if you purchase this stuff. And you clump them all together and you sit there, roll it in a ball, turn it into a, well, I call it a turd, but turn it into a turd, and then throw it in again, roll it in a ball. If you want to keep your fingerprints from getting on it, you can actually just wet your fingers while you're working with it, and it will keep the fingerprints from getting on it. And all I did was make this diamond shape out of it. And then I use GO2 glue. It's all temperature type glue. It's really good stuff. Good stuff. I used that, stuck it on here, and this thing's been through a lot, and it's still holding on. It's heat resistant, water resistant, everything resistant. And all I did was spray paint it gold. And Mod Podged it to seal it. And that was it. And I kept the belt buckle on there just so it had a safety net. So you want to leave a black space where it goes in through the hole there, and this is, well, I'm missing a couple of studs, you know, battle damage. But these are gold right here, and then you have the black strip, so just pay attention there.
Now on to the actual letters. I use wood letters that I got from Hobby Lobby for $4. I pulled out Puddin' and Yes Sir, and what I did is I spray painted them gold. Then I went back over them with Mod Podge to seal it. That way it wouldn't chip or anything while I was wearing it. And it's like, I use it as a sealer for the most part. It's really good, and just use paintbrush over it. Now all I did for the glove is I just touched up the glove. This time I decided to spray paint underneath. I would actually go back with just regular gray, again, because it seemed to chip less. And I'm also showing you where I taped up the collar, and that way I could paint it gold. And here's where I'm showing you the gray, but like I said, you're better off painting it instead of using spray paint. And here's where I did the gold onto the actual dog collar piece. And here I taped up after I put Mod Podge over the gold, and I'm going to go over it with Rose Gold Shimmer Tulip Shot, because I noticed she has like a rose gold on her collar. It's not actually white if you look at some of the official pictures, and this is the closest way to get to it, and it's not stiff. And this is the end result of the dog collar. It actually turned out really, really well. I know a lot of you said she doesn't use a dog collar, but I'd rather use one simply because it's easier on me, and it's adjustable, and it's what I had, and also I Mod Podged over it just so I can give it a nice clear and sealed look. Now I'm marking where I want to put pudding on the collar. I marked where I want to put the P and the N, that way it sits on me nicely, and that way it looks even whenever I put on the actual wood letterings. Now I'm showing you the same method that I did before with the studs. I'm using the same exact glue, and I'm putting it underneath the P, and then all I'm doing is putting vellum wire roll on top of it to give it weight. And just let it sit for 30 minutes, and then keep doing it over and over.
Her spikes. What I did is, this is actually black pleather. I got 2 pieces of it, and I put a piece of baling wire in the middle of it. You can see it's very flexible, but it keeps the shape. And you see the little hooks right here? I'll put the baling wire through the holes, because this was actually a whole necklace piece. And I turned it into bracelets instead. You can get these at Hobby Lobby's. Hobby Lobby, the little spikes. Put the baling wire through it, and then I literally hot glued this and this. Yes, I did use the hot glue again. And I sewed the Velcro pieces on. So I could just, whoop, ah. And I got 2 of these. So, 1 for each wrist. And then, my new and improved, yes sir! I know, they look gorgeous, don't they? I painted them with the purple, so they have a black with purple highlight. You can't really see it in this camera. Silly phone. But it's the same wood lettering. It came all in a big bag. Might as well. Painted it gold and super glued. And then this one's just 1 strip. See? I didn't want to get too hot, even though I did anyway. And then, same thing. Sewed Velcro. That's voila! And just make sure that this one goes on your, this arm, and then this one, and this one. So this is my right arm, this is my left, and it goes like that. Make sure you note that. Braids. What you do is, this one faces towards you, and you put it right there, and it goes on your right hand. And then this one goes up like this, and it faces like that. That way, whenever you move, it separates. It looked like she had Joker face on her, on this ring, so went with that. I made it out of Instamorph as well, same instructions as that. You just literally have to keep shaping it into the shape you want. And I made 2 Joker faces with it. Yay! See? And just gold paint with Mod Podge. It's really that simple. It took about, I'd say about an hour and a half for these pieces, but only because it was my first time working with this stuff, so but it's okay. I love them. If they end up being wrong later, that is fine too. Either way, this is the best lead I got for you, so and mine's actually 3 belts in 1. So I hand sewed it together because I didn't have a belt that's big enough for me, and then whenever I did find a belt that was big enough for me, it was too big. So I went with this. Either way, I like them. So, but I'm a natural Harley, so of course I like them. Alrighty.